Hello, good morning everyone. Today we're going to talk a lot about how to stay competitive and how to gain competitiveness in regards to hygiene. Today we're going to talk a little bit about products, but we are more going to talk about the mindset of how a machine builder needs to change the mindset and be more adaptable to hygienic design, to the way the OEMs and the corporation in our industry is taking part. So it's a little bit about products, but it's also about the mindset and how we need to change our mindset to stay competitive. I don't know how many of you are machine builders. If everybody are machine builders, or if we also have some end users here, but I think we need to step one backwards and say, what is the machine builder's main goal? We need to make money so we can pay our bills. We need to make money so we can pay our stand at Anuga. But our main goal is actually to make sure that the food industry, that the companies we supply, the end users, have a good production environment, so that they can produce the good products safe, quick, and efficient. The historical focus for machine builders has been to make machines with a high output. So we need to make efficient machines that are reliable and high productive. That has always been the focus, and that will always be the focus. But when we walk around and look at the machines, and we talk with many of our customers, we have 5,000 direct customers in Europe and the United States, we can see that the hygienic design is lacking quite a lot. Somebody is thinking about it, somebody is working on it, we are already moving in the right direction, but it's not holistically seen. So some things has been done, but not enough has been done. We are sure that the end user industry is going to be challenged in regards to hygienic design, in regards to ensuring that food safety is in place. We already hear when we offer a hygienic certified bearing house, a hygienic certified caster, it costs more than a non-hygienic certified caster or bearing house. Our customer doesn't want to pay for it. The end user is not seeing the value, so they don't want to pay for it. This is not correct. The end user want to pay for it. They have the need for it, but they don't know. So very often there is a reluctancy, a lack of dialogue between the end user and the company producing the machines. So we need to get out of this a little bit old-fashioned way of working and become more knowledge sharing, more communicating. We definitely see that the need and the focus on hygienic design is getting more and more. Hygienic design, of course, ensures food safety. There's not accumulation of bacteria traps on the equipment, and thereby the food is not invaded. We're not getting recalls and issues with that. Hygienic design is also facilitating the optimization of resource consumptions. You don't need as much water in order to produce, to clean the equipment. You don't need as much detergent. You don't need as much time. So definitely hygienic design is becoming a competitiveness factor to take into consideration in the future. And it's getting more and more. But nobody can do it alone. If we make hygienic components and the machine builder is not able to adapt it because they cannot transfer it to the end user, we're not efficient. So we need to be able to communicate better in a more holistic way. But definitely hygiene is here to stay, and it's something that's going to have more and more focus. We have different products, right? So we come from the machine floor interface, the leveling feed. We often hear, but the leveling feed, they're not in contact with the food, so there's no need to optimize on the leveling feed. Well, the leveling feed, the machine floor interface, is the only thing that connects your very expensive $1 million machine with a complete dirty zone on the floor. Very often, when there is an outbreak, and there are outbreaks every day, the problem is the lower part of the machine, the floors, or the draining systems. So if we have a non-hygienic leveling feed that accumulates organic bacteria and dirt, it will stay on there, and while cleaning process, it will, with the aerosol, be spread to the entire environment, and you have cross-contamination. So we need a holistically approach to hygienic design. It's not enough to look at a small part of it. Our components cannot stop an outbreak. Of course it cannot. But if you have a machine with 100 non-optimized, you can never determine a specific cause to an outbreak. And if you have 100 components that are not optimized hygienically, you have 100 possible risk places. If you can eliminate 50 of these, you will be able to handle your outbreak in a more controlled way. So hygienic components, certified hygienic components, cannot avoid an outbreak. They can limit the risk for an outbreak, and they can facilitate an easier access to solving it. This is for our products. We have, if possible, all our products are 3A, USDA, EH, and where needed IP69K certified. So that goes for the leveling feed, that goes for our new hygienic casters, that goes for our bearing houses, our bolts and nuts, SIP units. We have new drum motors now, synchronous drum motors, and they are also 3A certified and EH and USDA certified. Yeah, this is a little bit talk about what we do. Bearing houses. We have a new caster. Caster is a huge cause of cross-contamination. People are not aware how much they actually move their trolleys and mobile equipment around. And if they go via virus zones, they cross-contaminate. We have made a new caster that's going to be EH certified, where no possible accumulation of dirt can be done. You can come and touch it and look at it if you want afterwards. We have a SIP unit assuring that the belt is being cleaned while during production, and thereby it's not so dirty, meaning that when you completely clean after production, it's easier to clean because it's not as dirty. So it's keeping the product clean while running. New drum motors, completely oil-free synchronous drum motors. They represent a more efficient drive tech technology, and absolutely no leaking of oil is possible because we don't create heat, and thereby we don't need oil to lower the temperature. So that's definitely an innovating product. Leveling feet of all kinds, also certified, non-certified of course. And then we have adjustable legs as well. So we make complete adjustable legs with no holes, with no weldings, with no visible thread, certified as well. And then we have a range of accessories. We have so many spaces, so many weldings, so many issues to be taken care of. So hygienic accessories is something that's very, very important as well. Again, hygienic design, the weakest link is going to be the determination. Okay? So if we optimize 10 and we have a non-optimized one, it compromises the entire design. So it's very, very important that we look, again, as we said, holistically. We need to look at the entire machine. People are not even looking at the machine anymore. They're also looking at the platforms, the staircases. So we need to take the entire environment into consideration. And that very often is not enough for component or machines. We need to talk to both the machine builders, end users, cleaning companies, detergent companies. We need to have more stakeholders in the dialogue. Yeah, what does hygienic design mean for the end user? They minimize downtime and cleaning time. I would imagine that about 20% of entire cost in the food producing facility relates to cleaning. So if we need to spend a lot of time cleaning, we have downtime. We minimize the cleaning or the use of water and detergent. There's no water in many places of our world. Hygienic design and these objectives have been a PowerPoint slide in the PowerPoint of every company the last 20 years. But now we need to start moving on it. It will be a specific addressable point in the future in our industry. So we cannot talk about it anymore. We need to act. It will enhance safety in your production environment. Of course, again, reducing risks of contamination. There are contaminations every day. Every day, food-producing companies have contamination and outbreaks. Not in the extent to close down the production, but every day they're throwing away enormous amounts of products based on contamination. We need to help them eliminate that. So again, we are product providers, but we are not selling products. We're trying to improve the competitiveness of our customers, of the machine builders. We need to facilitate this dialogue, this knowledge sharing across the players in this value chain. We move ahead in our products. We develop new standards. We wrote the 0088 3A back in the days when it existed. So we look forward in new materials, the way we do our bearing houses, the way we do our casters. Nobody's asking for a hygienic caster because they don't know it exists. So nobody asked for iPad before they developed it. So it's very important that we continue to look forward and develop new things. That's where also the OEMs sometimes are a little bit reluctant. They want to continue to do what they did yesterday. We need to make sure that we move ahead. We document, we spend a lot of money in developing new products. Besides that, not talking so much about the product anymore, but more the way of working. We are starting creating some documentations that is spread both amongst OEMs, machine builders, but also end users, cleaning companies, Ecolab and other important companies in our industry. And what we have seen as some of the key takeaways is that sustainable practices, both in OEMs and end users, is increasing in importance across the entire supply chain. Everybody needs to be transparent. Everybody needs to be responsible. Quality of the production of the machine and equipment increases. We cannot continue to do what we did yesterday. We need to improve the design. We need to improve the engineering, how we engineer, how we approach hygienic design in total. The flexibility in the supply chains becomes ever more important. We need to discuss a lot of things. We need to be able, as a machine builder, to change our raw materials, to change the way we think. So it's very important that we, as a whole, look at the flexibility. No doubt, regulatories will become more stricter. They will control us more. So we are responsible for what comes out in the shops. And again, digitalizations at all levels in hygienic manufacturing. We cannot manually control cleaning. Manual cleaning is not controllable. We don't know if contamination where it comes. If we start digitalization, if we start collecting data, we can control the cleaning process, and if there is a recall, we can also know the cause of it. So it's very important that we put intelligence in our products and we help the end users change behavior on the production floor. That's very, very important. So we have created some documentations, we have some knowledge sharing platforms that facilitates the sharing of these ideas and these trends. So that you can hook up to, or you can get the documentation set. We are making some broadcasting, some podcasts. It's called Behind Clean Lines. Some of the topics, again, establishing leadership in the hygienic manufacturing market. We need to take a stand on it. We need to be involved. We need to have an opinion. If we do not have an opinion, we're losing competitiveness. So yesterday we could, but today we cannot anymore. So we need to have an opinion about it. Knowledge sharing. It's not enough if we know. We need to share the knowledge. Everybody needs to be able to capitalize on each other's knowledge. We could before, because 20 years ago it was a single machine. A single machine was sold, and I didn't know what happened. Today you need to take responsibility of what happens to that machine. You need to be a part of a whole line, so you need to talk to the other influencers within the industry. Strategic drivers for growth in hygienic manufacturing is getting more and more important. If we join forces and if we have a clear stand on this, we will have a competitive edge. So we need to be a part of it. And again, can we be more competitive if we focus on hygienic design? We definitely can. There are some of the topics that we need to address, ensuring that we get better and share the ideas and capitalize on each other's improvement points. So these are some of the podcasts. We are doing them internally now. We are going to some of our customers. We are going to some of our end users. So this is something that's shared amongst the entire supply chain. We have a simulated conveyor up here. It's not because we're only supplying conveyor suppliers, but it's because it's easier to make a conveyor simulation than a big filling machine simulation. So if anybody needs or wish to ask questions or touch on products, we can do it up here. Otherwise, I don't know if anybody have any questions or comments. It can be both good and bad. Thank you.